Hi friends, Miss Emily here. I hope you all are having a great Sunday. Today's Bible story is all about Jesus and when he chose his disciples. So let's get started. So Jesus' ministry had finally begun. Jesus taught people about God and his kingdom. People started talking about Jesus and what he was saying. They wanted to know more, so big crowds of people followed Jesus to hear him teach. One day, Jesus was walking along the sea. He saw two brothers. The first brother's name was Simon, but Simon also went by the name Peter, so we'll call him Peter today. And the second brother's name was Andrew. So Peter and Andrew were fishermen. They were throwing their nets into the sea to catch some fish. So Jesus came to them one day and said, "Follow me. I will teach you to fish for the people." Peter and Andrew dropped their nets right away to follow Jesus. Later, he saw two more brothers, James and John. James and John were on a boat with their father, and they were fixing their fishing nets. So one day, Jesus came to them, and they got up too. James and John left their father and their boat to go follow Jesus. So Jesus traveled further, and he saw a man named Matthew. Matthew also went by Levi, but for today's story, we'll go by Matthew. Matthew was a tax collector, so he took money from people. And Matthew was sitting at an office where people paid their taxes. Some people didn't like tax collectors because they often took more money than they were supposed to and kept it for themselves. So Jesus said to Matthew, "Follow me." And guess what? Matthew got up and followed him. He left everything behind to go follow Jesus. Matthew had a big celebration at his house for Jesus and all his friends. Tax collectors and sinners alike were also there. The religious leaders did not think that Jesus should be friends with people who did wrong things. They asked Jesus' disciples, "Why does Jesus eat and drink with tax collectors and sinners?" So Jesus heard the religious leaders, and he told them, "People who are healthy do not need a doctor, but the people who are sick do. I did not come here to help the good people. I came to help the sinners turn back to God." So later, Jesus chose 12 of his friends to be his disciples. That meant Jesus was going to give them a very special job to do. They would work with Jesus and they would tell others about him. These are the men that Jesus chose to be his disciple. We have Simon, who was also called Peter in our story, Simon's brother Andrew, James and John, Philip and Bartholomew, Matthew and Thomas, and James the son of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot. Jesus came to this earth to tell people about God and to save the people from their sins. Now, this is very good news. So Jesus told his 12 disciples to go out and tell the people about him. You know, we can be Jesus's disciples when we trust in him and we follow him and we tell others about him. Everyone in the world needs to hear about Jesus. And that, my friends, is the story for today. I hope that you all enjoyed and have a great rest of your Sunday.